you may have thought, like, sir, how I can remember all those commands? Or if I have to perform some task, then where to find those commands? So then you have to go Ubuntu cheat sheet. So this is a cheat sheet where you can go and see all the commands. So click here, get the OpenStack cheat sheet, and you can see this is a cheat sheet, means it has all the commands which we need to use. So using this sheet, we are good to get all those commands. So here you can see this is commands which we have used. So this is OpenStack cheat sheet. Okay, so this is a Linux cheat sheet which we will not require. Let me get the right cheat sheet. So this is Ubuntu CLI cheat sheet. It is asking for the providing the credentials. This is going into download CLI cheat sheet. You need to fill this form and you will able to download this cheat sheet. So I have already downloaded it in downloads. Or let me get into the different way. Just a second. Here it is. So this is a cheat sheet which we can use. So till date, whatever command we have learned, that is ls, list all the files, then touch to create empty files, then cp, copy the files, mv to move or rename files, rm to delete a file. So that command we will learn today. Then these are the multiple commands which are related to the system administration, text editor, etc., etc. So you can download this cheat sheet from the official site. Okay, so again, come back to our, let's play with Docker as we are using it for the practice and learn the new command today. So you have to open labs.play with Docker. Click on start. I hope you have tried this. Give me in chat box yes if you have tried it. If you're not, tomorrow is Sunday. Please give a try and try to learn the commands. Okay, so now here you can see after clicking on add new instance, we are able to create new console. Now if you want to make it full screen, you can press Control Enter here, Alt Enter, and it will get full console. So now if you want to clear everything, type clear, and now you can see it is like full terminal window which is present in front of you. So you have to use Alt Enter. So unnecessary part will be hidden and you will able to see the complete console in your screen. So let's begin. So we have learned how to create the files. But problem with here is every time you will connect, you will get a new instance and previous files will not be available here because this is a sandbox or lab environment where they will clean up all the files and every time you will get a different machine. Okay, so you can see this is ls file 1, file 2, file 3. So using touch command, we have created 3 files. Now, let's say we have to delete the files. Then we have to use rm. Rm stands for remove. and then the file which you want to remove. So let's say I want to remove the file 1. I will type rm file 1 and then file will get deleted. If you do ls, you can see there are only two files available, file 2, file 3. Similarly, if you have to delete the directories, how you can delete it? So if you can see ls, now it is showing directory 1. So one directory is created. But if you try to use rm directory 1, it will give you error. Just rm command will not delete the directory. So what you will need to do, you have to use rm hyphen r for recursive, because in directory there may be multiple files. So when you have to delete entire directory with it all it contains, then you can use rm hyphen r and then name of a directory, then it will delete the directory as well. So ls, now you can see the directory has been deleted and file also has been deleted. So let me show it again. Make dir directory 2, I am creating one more directory. Then if I have to remove it, rm hyphen r name of the directory. It's so simple. So directory has been removed. How I can cross check? ls. Same thing I can use for the file rm remove rm and then name of a file 2, and you can see the file has been removed. Understood? So this is remove command which we have learned today. So far whatever we have learned how to create the files using touch command, how to type in the file using vi editor. Then we have learned to rename the file using command mv. Mv will help us to rename the file. Same command will be useful to move the files. Then cp command will be used to copy the files, and today we learned a new command, that is rm. Rm will be used to remove the files and directories. But in case of directories, we have to use additional parameter hyphen r. So that will remove the directories. Okay. So easy peasy. ls only file 3 is there. Let's delete that as well. Rm file 3 and good. So if we do pwd, we are at root. Okay. Now here we want to see the file structure of the Linux. So why it is important? So because we need to understand where files are saved, just like in our Windows, save files. Similarly, in Linux, all files are stored into the root folder. So here cd slash. So now here is confusion, slash cd slash. This indicates root. If I do ls, you will see there are multiple files like bin dev. So this slash is also called as a root location. And then there is a one more folder called root. You can see this root. So by default, whenever we log in as a user root, you will get logged into this folder root. And then you can see this is a file structure of a Linux. So this is a bin folder. This is a dev. This is etc. So lib files mnt proc run srv temp var. So these are the different files directories, and you can see all are in blue color. Only here docker.log is a file that is into the white color. So just like in our C drive, we have Windows, System32, driver, etc, multiple folders. In the same way, Linux also has its own file structure. So all files all directories are having their own purpose. For example, this dev is for the devices. Whatever devices are connected to the Linux operating system, that information will be stored into this dev. Then etc will have all the drivers. Lib will have all libraries which you are going to install. Then mnt is a mount where your default boot location is set. Then a temp will have temporary files, where will have variables, certs will have certification which are required to authentication. Home folder is like your uh, default folder home where all user will have accounts will be created. Just like we have C and then users. So users folder in C will contain all user information. Similarly, in Linux, home folder will have all user information. Then opt root sbin sys user. So these are the different files structure, directory structure, which stores the different files. So today's agenda is we want to understand how to create a user account in Linux. So how first we have learned the command to check which user is logged into the system. So the command is who am I. So now here you can see it is showing as a root. So root is nothing but the admin of the Linux. So here you can see it is showing root at the rate IP address of the machine. So now here I want to create my own user account into Linux so that I can access this Linux machine using my own credential. Whenever you will join in any organization, let's say you are working, so no one will give you the admin access to your laptop, company laptop. Those are working professional, they know, they will create your user account, and using that account only you are allowed to log into your official laptop. Same way, when you are working with Linux, you will be provided your own user account so that all your user history will be tracked. So now let's see how we can create the user account into the Linux operating system. So using that, we can create the new users. So the for to create the user accounts, you should be root user. So here it is simple command add user and followed by whatever username you want to create, you can use it. Let's say I want to create user named Sanjay. So I will type add user Sanjay and press enter. So now you can, it is asking changing password for Sanjay. It means it is asking me to set the password for the user Sanjay. So now I will type password, and when I am typing password, Linux will not show you any data on screen. So here you cannot guess how many digit it is. So now what I have done, I have used Sanjay as a password. So you can say it is giving me error bad password similar to username, means it has identified the password. But when I am typing, no one can see how many characters I have used. So now you can see password for Sanjay changed by root. So now here I will use new account credentials to log into the machine. So how I can do that? So now you can see for time I am using as a root user. So here you can see it is showing root at the rate 192.168.0.13. But now I have just created new user account, that is Sanjay. So how I can switch to new user account? Then there is a command su. Su stands for switch user and new user which I have created. So I will type su means switch user to Sanjay and press enter. As soon as I have done su user name su Sanjay, you can see here earlier it was Sanjay, sorry, root, and now it has been changed to the Sanjay. Means it is showing which user is logged into this server, and then this is a location where that user has logged in. So by default this is logged into the root folder. So now here, if I type who am I, so I will get Sanjay. So you can see here, when I'm typing who am I, it is showing Sanjay. But in Linux, you don't have all
Hello. Sanjay sir, you put yourself on mute. Can you please unmute yourself?
yeah, thanks for the okay. So what where I made on mute? Can you tell me? I will repeat this. How long I am on mute? Sorry.
From last screen,
Last screen means
two, three commands.
okay. Okay. So I will uh, repeat that part. Thanks for the notification. I don't know how I got accidentally. Okay. So now I am audible, right?
Yes, you're now.
Okay, great. So now here you can see what I am trying to do. Okay, let me explain it from the beginning so that you will not feel confused or so I am clearing the screen so that okay. So now here whenever I create user, so let me repeat from beginning so that you will have more clarity and those who didn't understand will have clear concept. So now I am logged in with the user Sanjay. You can see here Sanjay. Now let's say I have to log out. Then what I can do, I just need to type exit and press enter. So you can see as soon as I press exit, I have been logged in from the user account where I was logged in. And now by default, I came back to the root user. And now here I can see where I am PWD. So you can see I am at the root location. So this is a slash means root. It is called as a root. And again, there is a folder called a root. So if you want to see the file structure, so this is a main folder like C drive. We have a C drive in Windows. Similarly, this slash back is called as a root location. So this will have these many directories. And whenever we will create any new user account, that user account will be created into this home directory. So let's see how we can create the new user. So if I have to create the new user, I know The command is add user. So I will type add user. Let's create a name Santosh. So here I am creating new user called as Santosh. So as soon as I type command add user Santosh, it is asking me to set the password for that user Santosh. So I will set a password for that user. I have to type twice as a normal common practice. So now here I have created new user as a Santosh. So now here I have to check how many users are available. Okay. So then I can do command all user information is available into this location. So here you can see this is etc. So cat /etc slash password, spelling is PASSWD. Press enter, and these are the users available into the system where we are logged in. So you can see root is a default user. So every, just like in Windows we have a default user as admin, in on Linux operating system there is a default user as a root. So that will be available. So now then there is a user called bin, daemon, lp, sync, shutdown. These are the all users account. And here you can see the ID of those users starts from 0 to 100. And when we create any manual user, let's say we created Sanjay user 10 minutes before, and just now we created Santosh user. So the user ID of Sanjay is 1000. So new user which we created Santosh will get user ID as a 1001. But here in Linux, whenever you create a user, by default, a group with the name also get created. So this Sanjay user will have the group called Sanjay. Same time, this Santosh will have the group called Santosh. So how we can check that? So type ID. So here I will type ID Santosh. So you will see user ID is 1001, group ID is 1001. Means there is a username called Santosh, and same time there is a group called Santosh, and then this groups. So Santosh is a member of these groups. 1001 is a group ID Santosh. Similarly, you can see for Sanjay, Sanjay is also having user ID 1000. Sanjay is a username, and whenever we create any user in Linux, it will create a group with the same name. So you can see group ID is 1000 Sanjay, and the membership for Sanjay is only groups 1000 Sanjay. So Sanjay is having a membership of group Sanjay. So by default, whenever we create any user, so there is a folder got created. So cd /home, where it get created into the home path. So we can check doing command ls. So now you can see there are two directories. First is Sanjay and another is Santosh. So this is a home location for this user. Means Sanjay will have permission to create any files in this directory only. Similarly, Santosh will have permission to perform action in this path only. So now we created the user, we see what is the default location for that user. So now here what I want to do. So you can see currently I am logged in as a root. So this is user account and this is a path where I am currently. So now if I want to switch to the account which I have created, so I will use command su. Su stands for switch user. Let's say I have to log into Santosh as a username. I will type su Santosh, means switch user to Santosh. So as soon as I will press enter, you can see here it has been changed to Santosh. right? Earlier it was showing as root. Now it has been changed to the Santosh, means it shows which user is logged in to the system and currently where he is. So if I do who am I, it should show Santosh. So you can see it is showing Santosh because Santosh is logged into this machine now and path is /home. So here user is logged in. So now let's try to create some files here. You can see permission denied. Why? Because Santosh will not have access to any other directory by default. So where he can create the files only at his location. What is his default location? cd/home/Santosh is his home location. So now you can see it is showing as a tilt, means it is a user location. If I do pwd, you can see /home Santosh. So now let's see the Santosh can create the files or not. Okay, so now can anyone tell me how many files has been created here? If you have attended session yesterday, you should able to answer the question. Just type in the chat box. Okay, answer is 4. Perfect, Anita. Why? Because Linux understand space. So here we have given the space, so it will treat everything as a different after space. So we can verify it using command ls. So now you can see there are 4 files, 3 file 1, file 2, file 3. Why? Because it has treated everything as a space. So 4 files are here created. So now why it is able to create? Because Santosh is at his own location. That's why he is able to create the file. Let's try to switch user back. Let's switch user to Sanjay and see if Sanjay can create files at the path of Santosh. So I will, how I can do? I can use su and username Santosh. Sorry, we we have logged in as a Santosh. So now we will log in as a Sanjay. So now it is saying must be suite work to work properly. Means here Sanjay cannot directly log in. So what it need to do? We need to log out. How we can log out? We need to do exit command. So exit will act as a logout. So now you can see this is exit. So here the Santosh user is logged out and now you can see who is logged in. Now root is logged in back. So here I will do su and Sanjay. So now Sanjay is logged into this server machine. So now here Sanjay is logged in. Where he is logged in? He is again logged into home. Let's see, does Sanjay has access to create files at the home? What do you think? There should be access, yes or no? Sanjay should have access to create files here at home location or not? Type yes if you think there should be, he should be access. Type no if you think he will not have access. So see where we are at /home, right? And what we have learned, the default location is /home/username. So here user will not have access to create the files. You can see permission denied. Why? Because default location is /home/username. This is a default location. So now here if I do pwd, you can see user is at /home/Sanjay, means this is at default location. Now here I can use the same command and create the files. So you can see file has been created. So why? Just try to understand. /home is a different and /home/Sanjay is different. This is a file structure. It means it is a user C users, and in our C users, then there are different users. So user will have access only to create files at his location, Sanjay. So he need to get into the /home/Sanjay. There only he can create the files. Okay. So you can see he's at home location. If you do ls, you can see two files has been created. Now let's see, we know Santosh has also created some files in his home location. Let's try to switch to that location. What location he has created? Has /home/Santosh. So now you can see user is logged in with Sanjay, but he is at location /home/Santosh. Means I am trying to access other users' files. Let's see if I have access. Let's do ls. You can see Sanjay can see the files created by Santosh. File 1, these four files can see. Let's see, can Sanjay open these files of other user? Vi file. Okay, the file can be opened. Now let's see, can he type into it? Get into the insert mode, type welcome. Let's save it using WQ. So here you can see it is WQ I am typing, and you can see it is showing the error file is read only. Means Sanjay can just read the files created by Santosh. He cannot make any changes into it. So now here, what we understood, Sanjay has permission to read the files, but he cannot write any content into it or make any changes into those files. So how we will check the permissions? So here we need to quit. Q will quit. So here we have to Q exclamatory, means forcefully quit. So now here I came back to my location. So here I am, okay. So here I am at Santosh. I can see his files. Read only permissions are there, but I cannot write those files. So now here, how I will come to know what permission I have to those files. So we have learned a command ls-l. It will show you the files who. So now here you can see these three characters -rw, then this is -r dash, and then these three. So who is the owner of these files? See where we are. We are at /home/Santosh, means we are at Santosh default location. So who is the owner of this file? So this is a first name Santosh. Santosh is owner of those files. Then in which group those files are created? Those files are created in group Santosh. Okay. Now here you can see these are the permissions. So the first three characters tells the permission for the owner. So Santosh is owner. So he has read and write permission to all these files because he is the owner. Then you can see this is a group Santosh. If someone is a member of Santosh group, then he will have only read permission. And what is this three? This is for others who are not the owner, who are not the group member of Santosh. For those users, what permissions are there? Only read permissions are set. So now you got the answer why Sanjay is able to access these files, because by default read permission will be set for all other users in Linux. But in Linux, we can restrict that permission also. So let's see, Santosh has created these files, and that's why read permissions are set here. So what is file permission? So that is a total separate topic. We will start in next class. But today we are focusing into user management. So it's important to understand how users are managed in Linux. So here you can see this is a file is created by Santosh. So this tells who is the owner of file. Then this represents the membership of which group these files are created. So this is group. Similarly, we can see for the files for the Sanjay. How we can check that? Let's go cd/home, or you can directly do ls-l/home/Sanjay. So you can read the files directly. So you don't need to switch your path. So now you can see you are still at /home/Santosh, but you can read the files of this location. So now here you can see Sanjay has also created two files, file 1, file 2, and Sanjay is also set same level of permission. So RW for Sanjay will have read and write permission. For group member of Sanjay will have read permission, and for others will have only read permissions. So this is how permissions are set in Linux. So we will have a separate session on managing those permission. But to manage those permission, we should learn how to create user first. That's why in today's session, we are learning how to create user and how to assign groups as well. So now here, what we learn, how we can create the users. Now here, what we have to do, let's say ID. Okay, now we have created two users. So ID Sanjay, and now we can see user ID is Sanjay, group ID is Sanjay, and Sanjay is only member of group Sanjay. Now, if I want to give more membership groups to Sanjay, then how I can do that? So I need to give, or I need to add membership to the group of user. So now here, let's say we don't know how to do that. At this point, we don't know the command. Then what we can do, we can go to Google and simply search add user to new group Linux command. So we will get plenty of results, and we can select any one of it, and we will get the command. So now here you can see this is a command, user add options username. So this will create the user, and then this is a command user add -g. -g stands for group, and then name of a group, and this is the name of a user. So we got the command from here, as well as we can get these commands using cheat sheet. So how to add the user to the group? Using command, same command, user add -g. Then we have to mention the group name, and then we have to mention the username. So this is easily available data, even if we forget all these Linux commands. But if you have used it, so you can easily do. So now let's try. But who can add a group membership? Only admins. Same logic like Windows. So now here I am logged in as a Sanjay user. So let's say if I want to add a user Santosh, So which group I want to add? I want to add group to Sanjay. To whom I want to add? I want to add to Santosh. Can I do it? So it will show error permission denied because I am not the root user or I am not the admin user. To do that first, I need to log out and log in as a root user. So now here you can see here I am logged in as a root user now. So I can simply run that command user add hyphen g. So which group I want to add? I want to add group Sanjay to username Santosh and press enter. Sorry, I made a typo mistake. I type user add rather than add. User add and press enter. Okay, so this command is not available. Why it is not available? Because this is a Docker image. It is not full flex Linux machine. So some commands will not work here. Then how to solve this problem? We need to create the either we need to use the different command which is available in this sandbox, or we need to practice with a full flex Linux machine. So then there is one more command which we can use as a group add. So how we can do that? So then there is a one more command with user mod. Using that we can add this user to the group. So let's see if that command also work here. So what we want to do, we want to modify the user permission. So user mod. So what we are doing, we are modifying the user. Hyphen a means we are appending the permission to the user. So then to which group we want to add? We want to add user to group Sanjay, and which user we want to add? We want to add Santosh to that group. Okay, unfortunately, this command is also not supported here. Okay, why this is happening? Because of this is not a full flex Linux machine. It is a Docker image. Here we are practicing. So here at this point, now I will suggest to go to Oracle Virtual Box. Download this virtual box. Here, depending on your laptop, if you are having Windows, download for Windows host. If you are having Mac, you have Linux. If you have a Linux laptop, you don't need to do this. But if you have Mac or Windows, then you have to download this virtual box. Once you download this virtual box, you need to go Ubuntu official site and download this Ubuntu server. So here it is Ubuntu server, and create a Linux installation on your laptop. So it will run as a separate Linux machine. So this will definitely happen because we are into the limited environment. This is a Docker image which will not have the full flex operating system. And this is given us for the practice of Docker thing. So this is not designed to practice the user management and file permission. So now here, let's complete this assignment quickly. How we can do that? So we will create one virtual machine using cloud, and we'll do this. So the other way is creating, if you have a cloud account, then what you can do, let me share the screen again. Okay, now you can see I am logged into the one cloud portal, that is portal.azure.com. Here I am creating a quickly a Linux virtual machine. So I go to virtual machine. I will go to create virtual machine. I will create a quick cloud machine and create new RG. Okay. Virtual machine name VM Linux. And here you can see Ubuntu server is by default option. So I will not make any change and quickly create a Linux machine without making any changes to the existing configuration. So now this is a full flex Linux machine, which we are going to create using cloud account. If you have already cloud account, you can do the same thing. But the thing is, if you forgot to shut down this machine, you will be get charged. So if you want to do the practice without any paying charges and master the Linux commands, I will suggest to go and create your virtual machine. So there are some error. Okay. Okay, let's create. Okay, validation completed, and let's get created this virtual machine. Validation passed. Click on create, and it will create a one virtual machine for us where we can start our practice. So this is a more easy way, but for this you need to have your cloud account, and I will show you how to create cloud account and everything when we will actually need it. At this point, we don't need to have any cloud account. So I will not suggest to do it because unnecessarily you will need a credit card. And if you forgot to shut down this machine, then you will end up your free tier of usage. So it's better when we will need it, we will create it. So easiest way is create a virtual box, install and create a machine. Okay, so our machine is ready, and let's click on connect. And let me connect to my virtual machine. So it will validate some things, and then I will be able to connect to my Linux machine. So here you have to select I understand, click configure plus connect, and it will open Azure CLI where I will have access to connect newly created virtual machine. Okay, you have some questions which you don't understand, you can ask here till the machine is getting ready. It will take some minute or two. So if you have any question, any doubt, you can ask or you can type in the chat box. So now you can see, I can see here the session is created and it is connecting to the terminal, means it is connecting to the server. Okay, so it is asking me to save this for the first time. So this is the actual Linux machine where you have to follow the all processes. Okay, now here I am logged into my Linux machine. So now here you can see the interface is little different. So here I don't see anything. So that's why we have learned those commands. So let's see what is the name of our virtual machine. So spelling mistake from my side. So you can see it is VM Linux, which we have created. Then which user it is logged in? Who am I? So this is a user account from which I have created this account. So it is showing that user one. So now let's create new accounts quickly. Add user Sanjay. Okay, so now it is saying only root we add a user. So I need to use sudo add user Sanjay. So now you can see interface is different, but the command is same. So it is showing you adding user Sanjay, selecting user ID from range 1000 to this, and it is asking me the password. So I will set the password. It is asking me to retype it. I am typing it. Now here it is asking me more information. So this is a actual Linux machine. So interface is little bit different, but command will work exactly same. So it is asking me to enter the full name. So I will type full name. If you don't want to type it, you can skip pressing enter. So it is same thing, just like creating a user. So now you can see it is showing you adding user Sanjay to group users. So if I check here ID Sanjay, I will get more details about the user. So now here you can see user ID is 1002, group ID is 1002, groups membership, two membership it has received. The first one, same group which is created by this user, and another is users. 100 is a group ID. So now you can see the little difference there. Command is same, interface is little bit different. Why? Because this is a full flex Linux machine. Now here, can you see the IP address? Nothing, right? So how to check that? ifconfig. We have learned this command. So this ifconfig. So this command is not supporting here. So we need to install it. Okay. So that we will see in next part. But here my intention is to show you how we can create the user. Okay, let's quickly create one more user. Sudo add user Santosh. Same process will be there. I am just going fast because we have already seen this. I am skipping all the part here. Okay, so now you can see Santosh users Santosh. So if I want to see ID Santosh, I will also able to see the same information 1003 and 100. So now here my intention is what I have to do. I want to give this Santosh user membership of this Sanjay. So how I can do that? So I can do that using a command user mod hyphen a will append, it will append means it will now this Santosh user is having two group membership. First is Santosh and another users. So now I want to add one more membership. So I will add it. The name of group is Sanjay, to whom I want to add user Santosh. So I will type Santosh and you can see I don't got any error. So if I do ID Santosh. So so you can see here, this Santosh user is now having membership of Sanjay as well. So these are the groups. Okay. So that's way we can add group membership to the other users. So here you can see the user mod command is running successfully. Why? Because this is a full flex Linux machine. So here it will, all Linux commands will work definitely. But when we are using some sandbox, or then we may face some issues. Okay. So I hope everyone understand how to create user, how to add user to the group membership. Then there is a part to how to remove user, then how to give user as an admin permission, means how to create this user as a sudo. So that we will see in our next class. So today, this is our free sessions, 3 days free sessions we have completed as promised. If you have decided to start DevOps journey, then you can start your admission process. Once we have completed the admission process, we will resume this class. And if you have any doubts, you can ask here, or you can post into the groups. So you will be added to the new paid group. Their next communication will be shared with you as a paid members. So if you have decided and if you have liked the teaching, get your admission process done as soon as, so that we will start our batches very soon. Okay. So I will stop here, because if I start next topic, we will need at least 15 to 20 minutes. So I don't want to jump a lot of information on you. Whatever we have learned today, do the practice. You can easily find these commands on internet. You can take use of it. So better you have a Sunday tomorrow, create a virtual machine, practice on it, and get started your journey. Okay. If you have any question, any doubt, you can feel free to ask. You can raise your hand, or you can unmute and speak, or type in the chat box. If you don't have any questions, then we can stop here. We are already running out of time, but I just wanted to show you all the thing which we have discussed. So this is a difference between working on sandbox and working on full flex Linux machine. So you see, some commands will not work on a sandbox environment. So that's why we have to use the complete Linux machine. Okay. So no questions. We'll stop here. See you in the next batch with the next topic. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.